guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be speaking about 10 things you should never say to anybody with ADHD or, related to, married to, partnered with somebody with ADHD. You may not necessarily have ADHD, but you could be, stigmatized by some of these horrible phrases, some of these quick, flippant remarks people can make. You don't have to have ADHD to be affected by these, as they can be very hurtful statements, especially, when they're made in a way that's negative, and it's going to impact on your life. And that's what some people want to do, is impact and make you feel hurt. But yeah, this is 10 things you should never say to anybody with ADHD. So yeah, get on with the video. Before we get started, remember to please subscribe down below and like my video. It helps me out hugely with, what the content you like, and plus I really want to make a go at YouTube. I want to make it my big project for this year, and I want to give it a real good go. So please subscribe, comment down below, tell me if you like my content, what I could do better. I just want some feedback. I want to be able to see the numbers on my subscriptions going up, so that I know that I'm doing a real good thing. So yeah, thank you for watching anyway, and I hope you enjoy the video, and yeah, let's get on. So, one of the first things you should never say to anybody with ADHD is ADHD is an excuse for bad behaviour. Number one. Number two, ADHD isn't real. It's not a medically proven disability or disorder. It doesn't exist. Number two. Number three, ADHD is too frequently and too rapidly diagnosed. What? That's number three. Number four, if you tried harder, you wouldn't have to use ADHD as an excuse. What? Number four, that is. Number five, you're just lazy. Stop using ADHD as an excuse. What? So, number six, ADHD is just a parent's way of not caring, bad parenting, or, not giving that child enough discipline. That child needs more discipline. That's number six. So, number seven is everybody has a little bit of ADHD in them. What? So it's kind of saying, it's an excuse. Again, people just like to rephrase that one kind of, everybody apparently has a little bit of ADHD in them. But my quick argument there is, well, if ADHD doesn't exist, how does everybody have a little bit in there? That's number seven. So number eight, it's kind of the same as number seven, it's kind of on the same tracks, like, where did I put? ADHD is caused by bad parenting, kind of the same, 7 and 8 are kind of the same thing, both blaming the parents, trying to make an excuse for ADHD kind of thing. So yeah, that's number 8. So, number 9, that's it, number 9 is students with ADHD that have special accommodations made to them in like lessons, timeout cards for example, stuff like that, extra time in exams. Those type of children that get those special accommodations, apparently they're at an advantage. An advantage. How? But again, that's number 9. So, last but not least, number 10 is females have less severe ADHD than males. What? So, for my opinion on those stupid, flippant remarks and all those stupid, horrible statements that sometimes people are, they're guilty of saying out of anger, and and just some people are just plain nasty and just want to hurt people. My opinion on those statements are that, you're not only hurting that child, but you're also setting them up to fail. In a classroom, calling a child lazy, or, if only you tried harder, that's going to damage their self-esteem. that can be so devastating on that child. You could, that could lead to bad mental health problems. That could give them anxiety, self-confidence issues, worse mental health issues in the future, all down to people, spreading negativity about ADHD. Not everything about ADHD has to be negative. Embrace it. Learn what actually ADHD is. Stop using the stigma to hide your behind your own opinions. Stop being stubborn and learn what ADHD is. You never know. Your family member or someone you love could have ADHD, and you're slating it, you're giving it more of a boost in that stigma. You're ruining potentially their life just as much as you're ruining mine and my future children. I've got 75% more chance of having a child with ADHD, and this whole YouTube channel is to stop my children, your children, my future ADHDers, my present ADHDers. I'm going to stop this stigma. I'm going to be putting my foot down, and I'm stopping people slating and using that stigma against us, because we're just as good as you. With or without ADHD, we can do what you can do, and we can achieve things. So stop using those horrible, little statements, those flippant answers about ADHD, because you're the only one looking stupid. We're not stupid. We're far from it. Our IQ level is actually above average usually. So I wouldn't try making us look stupid, because we're actually quite intelligent. So yeah. ADHD is never an excuse, and I want people to understand that. It's never, ever, ever an excuse. To me, every behaviour, every, tantrum, every meltdown, every hyperactive meltdown, all these little, things that you might flippantly call a meltdown or laugh at, when you see a kid in the shopping centre having a meltdown, don't stand and stare. Do not laugh. Do not get your phone out to take a picture of it. How disgusting do you have to be in the head to think that's acceptable to do that? It's not an excuse when a child is having a meltdown. That child doesn't need discipline. It needs someone to understand and to support them. And that parent you're now calling a bad parent has been up all night trying to get that kid to sleep. It's been up all night worrying, what was my kid's future going to be like? Because people like you, who use the stigma against them, you're damaging their child's future because you believe, and you're like negativity is going to impact them and their child in the future. That parent is awake all night worried sick about their child with ADHD. So don't stand there and stare at the child having a meltdown. Help. Distract the child, help the parent. What can I do? Stand there and tell other people not to stare. Don't be that 10% of people who stand and stare at a child having a meltdown and point your finger at the parent. Point your finger at yourself, because you're the one making that parent feel more stressed and more angry standing there. You're putting pressure on that parent, Stop being such an a-hole and help. Stop it. That child is using that meltdown and that tantrum as a way of communicating. It's their way of trying to communicate how they're feeling. That could be built up anxiety, stress, phobias, OCD. Doesn't always have to be ADHD. ADHD is just a very small thing in a child's mind, but the complexities that are around and within ADHD are the whole picture. So don't just label a child, oh, you're ADHD, because that child's playing up. Not every child with ADHD is naughty. Stop using that word, naughty. Not every child has challenging behaviour. That's what you should say, challenging behaviour, emotionally challenged. Stop using the stigma, stop it. ADHD, we do not need to be told that we have ADHD constantly, or these stupid things like, have you taken your meds today? Stupid things like that get us angry. If you want us to have a meltdown right in front of you, try it. You won't be able to handle us, because we are very hot-headed and we are stubborn. We will fight our ground until we have no ground to fight left on. Come at us, have a go, because really, you're the one making yourself look stupid, because in the long run, me and my ADHD friends, right, we're going to take over this world, because we have something to offer that you don't. So before you start pushing us away and thinking that we're bad people, try befriending us, because we have something to offer that not a lot of people do. So yeah, think about that one. One last thing. Just remember, you're not only damaging that child's future, but you're also damaging that parent's heart. You know, you're hurting that parent by standing and staring and using stigmas against their child. It's not okay. You know, that parent is trying their goddamn hardest to bring up a child that fits in socially, you know, and it meets all these socially standard things that people think they have to be in, you know. It has to be like the best behaved child. It has to be really academic. It has to be able to, I don't know, run 50 laps around the school field without, you know, passing out. I'll make you perfect. You're actually damaging everyone, because you're now labelling people with ADHD as something not worthy of giving a chance or allowing the opportunity to show you what they're worth. You know, you're not only hurting us, you're hurting our loved ones, because they can see our heart of gold. They can see that we're loving, caring, passionate, creative, intelligent, but you can only see the 4 letters, the attention deficit hyperactive disorder. That's all you're seeing. You're not seeing nothing else but ADHD. That's all you're seeing. You're not seeing Molly. You're not seeing Jack in the back that's got ADHD. You're not seeing Percy or, I don't know, Olivia, Charlie, Chloe. You're not seeing all the other people. You know, you're only seeing ADHD. You're not seeing me for who I am. You're not seeing that Jack's a great footballer, because you don't want the naughty lad on your football team. You don't want to have to put up with his meltdowns. How do you know he's going to have a meltdown when he's doing something he absolutely loves? You won't engage in a conversation with him because you're scared he's going to have a go at you. Don't prejudge people just because the 4 letters are before. That's a diagnosis. That's not their name. Forget about ADHD. We're not ADHD. We are Molly, Jack, Charlie, Chloe, all these people, right? We're not ADHD. We have a name. Our name is not attention deficit hyperactive disorder. That's not our name. That's not who we are. I have ADHD, but I'm not ADHD. So just remember, words hurt just as much as a physical punch in the face. So the next time you want to stand and stare at a child having a meltdown in the shopping centre, think twice, walk past, or actually just ask the mum, are you okay, do you need any help? What's the harm in that? You know, what is the harm in just walking by or asking the parent if they need some help? Because they really would love some help. That's the answer, yes, they need help. Can you help distract the child while she gets a hold of her belongings so she knows that she has everything to just, you know, take that toddler away from the stressful situation? Don't make it even more stressful by standing there, filming it, staring. That's not okay. Please stop the stigma. Try and create a new stigma with me. Try and tell people not everybody with ADHD is naughty. Try and get people to understand that people with ADHD have many qualities. They aren't bad people. We should be given a chance. You know, the next time you know anyone with ADHD, give them a chance. Let them show you who they are before you prejudge them for the 4 letters that might be before their name. Don't prejudge someone because they have ADHD. The stigma can kill. So stop doing it. Just be a friend with someone. Be friends with someone because they have ADHD. Use their ADHD as your advantage. If you want someone to be a funny, caring, loving, passionate friend, befriend someone with ADHD, because I tell you what, you can never get a truer friend than somebody with ADHD. So yeah, this is the end of my video. Only a quick one today, but I just wanted you guys to know that, you know, words hurt. Just make an impact. Speak to somebody with ADHD. Tell them that you know that they're not just those 4 letters. Encourage them to show you and give them the opportunity to show you how amazing they are. So yeah, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you for my next video. Bye!